Welcome to Life in Mandyland. I'm so happy that you're here. This is going to be one wild ride because I'm sure I'm going to be doing all kinds of changing and shifting, and you're going to be doing all kinds of changing and shifting. And y'all, let's just go. Let's just go. This is like my third or fourth attempt. This is my very first podcast that I've ever done by myself. Now, I've done others that I've talked on other people's podcasts, I think two others. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Of course, I was a little bit more nervous. This is actually really calm. I want you to sit down, grab you some tea, or if you're in your car or wherever you are, just kind of relax. This is a no pressure, no force, no push, just be. We're just gonna be, okay? Well, you be you, I be me. We're just gonna be. And we're gonna, as you can tell, Mandyland is quirky. It is silly. It is serious. We're gonna be talking about some serious topics, all kinds of topics. We're gonna just dive right in. I absolutely love, well, before I get to what I love, first of all, you're incredible. You're amazing. And you're here. You made it on this day, on this very day. You made it on Earth. All right, you need to give yourself a round of applause because this shit is real and this shit is not easy. And whoever says it's easy is bullshitting themselves or bullshitting you. But I mean, and life can get to that place. And, just depending on where you are in the moment. Um, I need to tell my friend, Nikki Lanigan, you are fucking awesome, my friend. Thank you for helping me with this podcast. Y'all need to go check out my friend. I messaged her and I said, hey, I really want to do a podcast and I don't know where to start and I don't know what to do. And I've been wanting to do it for a really long time. And my hair is a mess. Y'all, this is real life. And so I was like, I really want to do a podcast. And I said, would you help me? And she said, "Yeah, of course, yes." And so we made an appointment and we got it together. And uh, her podcast, Nikki Lanigan, is Fit, Fun, and Frazzled. Yes, I want to make sure. I'm gonna look at my phone to make sure that's right. But anyway, y'all go check her out. She's amazing. And I'm so thankful that I met you. You're awesome. Um, I'm trying to sit up straight because I'm sitting on my bed. This is just all, we're just winging it, okay? We're all winging it. If you want to start a podcast, do it. If you want to do anything that you like, set your mind to, do it. If you want to write a book, do it. Here's mine, Fertile Darkness. It is an intense story of my life. And I'm gonna be very real with you. I had someone read my book and I wrote it for many reasons. I wrote it to help people write their own book. Honestly, I think everybody needs to hear your story. Everybody's story is so unique and everybody's story is amazing in its own unique way. And you've been through some serious things, or if you want to write about fantasy, or if you want to write about, I don't know, all the other books. I write about real shit. So this is me all the way. I'm gonna try to sit back a little bit and sit up because let's get comfortable. I want you to get comfortable wherever you are. Get you some tea, get you a glass of wine, get you whatever the hell you want because this is a beautiful space. And okay, let's dive in. Okay. Again, my book, you can get mine on Amazon. I had someone ask me before, or actually say, my God, this was so intense that I was wondering if anything good was going to come out of it. So, if you, it's true. It's true. Um, but I wrote it because, somebody had said, I don't know, a while back, what is your stamp going to be on the world? Like, what is your personal unique stamp that the world is going to remember you by? And I was like, I don't have anything. I was thinking, I don't have anything. I don't know. I mean, literally, like, I have nothing. to give, to offer, to for anything extravagant. No, nothing. There's nothing here. But I was like, oh my God, you know what I do have? I have my story, meaning I have shifted so much. I have changed so much so that my husband of 50, oh my God, my husband of 32 years, I was thinking my age. Um, my husband of 50, I did it again. What the fuck? It's gonna happen. Let's just roll with it. I'm not editing this shit. This is real. This is raw. I'm not editing anything. I don't feel like editing. I don't want to edit. Maybe one day, but this is raw. Okay, we're gonna do everything raw. Um, so my husband of 32 years said to me that I'm like his seventh or eighth wife by now because I have like we've been together like all these years. I'm actually his only wife, but I've changed and shifted so much. I don't even recognize my old self. I'm sure the people who used to know me probably don't even know who the fuck I am anymore. They're like, who in the world is this person? Because I don't know her. That's what I'm doing with myself, anyways. Speaking of which, do you inspire yourself? Ugh, I'm gonna dive into a lot of topics right now. I'm gonna talk to you about the things I love and what you can expect in this podcast, yes, but let me just ask you that. Do you inspire yourself? And what I mean by that is, do you look back over your life and go, holy shit, I got through this and this and this and this. I made it out of that shitstorm. Oh my God. Like, you have made it out of some of the most craziest, intense things. You have a story. And I just want you to take a minute to go, oh my God. I want you to inspire yourself right now. Okay. This is what life in Mandyland is all about. Inspiring yourself and being inspired. That's basically sums it up. And a bunch of crazy wild topics that we're gonna get into, and it's gonna be fun. But where in your life have you inspired your meaning when you look back on that time, okay? You look back on that time and you go, I didn't think I was going to make it out of that. I didn't know that I could possibly make it. How am I still here? How am I still functioning? How is I'm telling you, we are resilient as fuck. We are resilient human beings. And the more that you can really like bank on that energy, the more you're going to be so much more inspired by your own self. It's incredible when you think of it that way. And I have gotten to the point where I do inspire myself. I'm going, man, I can't believe I made it out of that. I actually thought about that today. There's one thing that I have not talked about yet. Um, and I don't know if I will, but because there's some things that really are personal, there's some things that are, but there's something that I went through in my life that I thought, oh dear God, that could have ruined me. That could have ruined. Matter of fact, I feel like it almost did ruin me. It could have ruined my entire life. And I was like, oh my God, I am under the firm belief. Belief, what the fuck? Anyway, every belief is such a, what does belief mean, anyways? I need to get to the bottom of what that means. Okay, your belief. I heard someone say what the meaning of it was, and I'm gonna have to look it up. If you know me, then I'm gonna have to look it up. Um, and I'm gonna do that right now while I'm still talking to you. So, okay, where are we at? Um, Hold on. Sorry, you guys. Bear with me. We're gonna get into it. Meaning of belief. Are you gonna do it? Are we going? Are we going there? Are we getting it? What the hell? Let's go. The meaning of belief. Belief is a psychological state of holding something to be true, valid, or real, even without absolute empirical proof. Empirical. I don't know if I can know what that word is. Proof. The belief, so core attributes, assumed truth, accepting a proposition, idea, or statement as factual. Okay, so whatever your belief is, that's where you are, right? You get the point. What the fuck was I saying now? What? I just kind of lost my train of thought. Um, oh, I'm under the belief. I truly am in the space where I believe in your angelic beings, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, your guides, source, God. I don't know, once we leave this earth, our consciousness continues, right? It continues, it keeps going, it doesn't stop. You do not die. But also, and this is me personally, like, and then, and what was I saying with the belief thing? Oh, but you have these beings that, or, whatever that you believe in, your higher power, whatever, that really assist you. And I know that to be true because miracles happen every day, all the time. It has to be true. I mean, I was in a car wreck whenever I was 14 years old. And was I 14? Yes, I was 14. And I was not even supposed to be getting in a car with my friend. I was not allowed. Um we I'm messing with my hair for people who aren't watching. Anyway, I was in a car wreck. I wasn't supposed to get in the car with teenagers. That was a rule for me whenever I was a teenager myself. But my dad he did not trust teenage drivers, like period at all, nada. So anyway, it was the day after I had to talk to someone. It was a very important day. You know what? Let's go into it. It was a very special day for me. It was the very first time that I had sex with someone that I actually felt loved and cared for. Yeah, there's that. I didn't write that in my book, so that's a bonus. Um, And I needed someone to talk to about it because whenever you are in that position, you have all these, you're flooded. And the reason why I said it was that I actually felt loved for the first time ever when I was 14. Because before that, it was taken from me. And that's again all in my book. I go into detail about it. But this was the first time. So I was flooded with all of these, emotions and things, and I had to talk to someone. And my friend was in a long-term relationship. Actually, I looked up to her because she was in a relationship with someone, and I wanted that too. And I needed to talk to someone. So I went down, we live in an apartment complex. I went downstairs and I, yeah, I missed the bus that day, and she went to a different school than me. She said, I tell you what, I'll take you to school while I'm on my way to school. And I was like, okay, we just won't tell my dad. Isn't that funny? And then, we actually had a car wreck where I'll never forget a black Fiero coming straight for us. Trigger warning if you've ever been in that position, but I fainted because I saw it coming and I fainted. It was going like 45, 50 miles an hour and it was coming straight for us. And I tried to tell her. As soon as I tried to tell her, I fainted. But anyway, this is the miracle I'm talking about. When she looked over, because she saw my face, and at that moment, she knew something was going on. She knew that the look on my face and the fact that I passed out. But see, we were in bucket seats. We were in a tiny car with bucket seats. And back then, there was the little bars, two tiny little bars in between the little headrest thing and the seat. And so, yeah, so we were, da 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 da, brain come back. Um, so she grabbed me before we could actually get the crash, like when we were crashing, she grabbed my head and pinned me. How does a human being do that? She pinned me to the seat and held me there until we were done so that I wouldn't fly out the window. And I wouldn't have known that because again, I was out of it and she told me that. And I did have a concussion. I guess I did, come out like of the brace, but I had a concussion, kicked out the gear shift with my left knee. That's my left shin. That's how hard we hit. That my leg, hit, knocked the gear shift out. My leg didn't break. I didn't have any broken bones. I had a slight concussion where I had to stay up for, I don't know, 24 hours or whatever it was. And I had friends and stuff that came over, that, was there and helped me. But anyway, yeah, so miracles happen, okay? So they just do. There's no explanation. I'm sure right now you can think of something in your life that happened in your life that you cannot believe that actually happened. Seriously, I need you to think about it right now. Like, what in your life you're going, there's no way to explain it. So anyway, miracles happen. Um, and I don't know where I was going from there, but this is how Mandyland, life in Mandyland, this is how we roll. I'm going to take a beat and I'm going to talk to you about all the things. You've kind of got an idea of what we're going to be talking about, but it's probably going to be different and maybe all over the place. And that's okay because I've allowed myself grace. When you allow yourself this grace to just be, I'm going to talk about the shit storms I walk through in life. I'm going to talk about what I learned through them. I'm going to talk about, I'm a coach too. So if you want to reach out to me, my email address, I will write it here somewhere where you can see it, but it's mandyland21244@gmail.com. I do one-on-one sessions with people. I have a 7-day soul plunge. It's called Ascend. It's going to be coming in the month of June. I haven't, I was saying it was going to start on the 1st, but I want to give people plenty of time to get in. So in sometime in June, we're going to do a 7-day plunge where we plunge into yourself and we find your answers, whatever answers you're looking for, because you have the answers. So, um, some of the things that I love, we're gonna dive all in. Like, I can't get enough of tarot. I love tarot. Tarot is something, speaking of which, I'm probably my next episode is gonna be about my transition from the religion world to where I am now. I'll probably talk in detail about that. So if you're interested in that, come back and listen to the next one. I'll be talking in detail about what happened and why I went from Christianity to spirituality. Ooh, that's gonna be a good topic. And I'll tell you all the details about what happened. And I haven't written a book about that. I probably should. That's a whole book in itself. So we'll do tarot. I'm gonna probably do some readings for you guys. Speaking of which, the I just pulled a couple cards and I'm gonna stick with these. And I'm going to tell you how this is gonna really encourage you, okay? Here we go. There's something that you want to do. You are going to be inspired. And even that's what my energy does. I inspire people without even realize I'm doing it. Um, I'm doing this podcast because I was shut down as a kid. I was told to sit down, shut up, and that morphed into even more trauma for me. Like I was an idiot. No one wants to hear anything I have to say, and I played small all of my life. This is me not playing small anymore. This is me going, you know what? I fully accept and love myself, and I'm going to do the damn thing. And I'm sick and tired of playing small. And I don't want, if any of you are listening to this, you're not going to play small anymore. So there's been something that you have been wanting to create or do yourself. And as you do that, this is a very quick reading. As you do that, you are going to, that is abundance follows, meaning your money grows, yourself grows, your family gets better. Yeah, and like I said, the abundance, lots of abundance as you do this. As you step in, I need you to step into yourself. And if you want help with that, like I said, my 7-day soul plunge will also help you do that. And just stay tuned. I'm going to be doing it sometime in June. Okay. We're getting back to do you see why I love tarot? This is the one thing that's helped me so much on my journey from Christianity, and I do not identify as a Christian anymore. I will talk all about that. Okay, we'll do that. We'll download that in the next episode. We'll put that on hold, and that's going to be a crazy one. Well, that's a wild ride, so y'all stick around for that. Um, and um, and so what else? We are going to dive all into tarot. We're going to dive all into, I'm going to tell you stories about my life. We're going to have people on this podcast. I'm going to reach out to people that I think would, vibe with this and be like, hey, and if, other people want to vibe with this, well, let's go. I love the vibe. And so life in Mandyland. Life in Mandyland, life in Mandyland. Cha-ching, bada bada bing. Okay. Um Y'all, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I'm going with the flow. That's the way we're gonna go. I'm just going with the flow. That's the way we're gonna go in the flow. Not slow. Well, maybe sometimes slow, but it's on go in the flow. Okay, you get the point. Um, let's see. All right, so I love talking about life in general, okay? Just in general. And just a lot, a lot. Life is lifing. And I remember I heard this state this sentence. I heard this before that says, you're exactly where you're meant to be. You're perfectly imperfect and you're exactly where you're meant to be. And I remember that when I first heard that, uh, I was pissed off. I was like, really? This is where I'm supposed to be? For real? This fucking sucks. Obviously, I was in a shit storm I was moving through a shit storm at the time. Um, but it really is true because you move through these places, and if you do the work, I'm going to be talking about the work a lot, okay? If you feel all the things, you accept it and you feel it. Accepting it doesn't mean that you stay there. Accepting it doesn't mean that you just live in that space. No, it just means that you are giving yourself grace to move through it. We'll talk all about that too. Um, I don't really know where I was going from here, except for talking about all the things I love. I will land this with the words that have been repeating over and over in my brain this past week. Okay, I will land it there. But I do want you to remember this tarot reading that I just did for you, which means when you shoot your shot, when you do that thing that you know that you've been wanting to do, and you're not going to stop yourself from doing it anymore, you're actually going to do it, and nothing's going to stop you. You're going to say no to anything else. You're going to push anything else away, and you're going to actually do the things that you know that your inner being, your soul is meant to do, that is going to create a better life for you and the ones around you. Your abundance is here. Your money looks good, your family looks good, your whole happy and healthy. Does that mean your life will be perfect? No, there's no such thing. But will you feel inner peace and will you have your needs met? Yes. And will you be able to bless others or whatever it is that you are wanting to do or help the world? In this podcast, we help the world. We help ourselves and we help humanity. Period. That is where we are. Okay. So if you're drawn to this, that's where you will be. And I'm gonna leave you with 6 words. Okay. Okay. First of all, I'm so fucking happy I could shit rainbows. I'm addicted to this. I love this sign. I have it as I look at it all the time. Um, Does that mean life is always happy? No. But joy is one thing. Joy is deep when you're going through the worst. And believe me, I'm going to talk about all kinds of shit. I'm going to unravel a lot of my life here. And nobody really knows about the last 17 years of my life, except for the ones who are close to me. But they don't even know what's been happening with that. So I'm going to dive into that too. The last 17 years of my life, which has been a homeless journey, which has been, not having my own anything on purpose. It's been for a reason. It's been for a purpose. And it's been to help me transform so that I can help others. Like, period. There's a lot that goes into that. It's crazy. It's against the matrix and the status quo. Okay. I'm not that there's just you can't put baby in a box. No, you can't put baby in the corner. Can't put Mandy in a box. You just can't. You never know what you're going to get here. And I love that. I really do. I'm going to land you here. I hope you got something out of this podcast, and I hope you can kind of see what might be happening. Oh, and my husband actually named this podcast. He also named my book. We talked about that a while ago. But yeah, Pearl Darkness, he came up with that. I mean, he knows my story, obviously. But and then he named my podcast just now. I was like, I don't know what to name it. And he was like, Life in Mandyland. He's been calling me Mandyland since I don't know, 1994 or 1993 when I met him. Like, oh, there's Mandyland. Are you in Mandyland? Like he would always say that to me. So it stuck. So here we are. Okay. That was a lot of talking. I actually do you see how we can shift energy like quick? Like we're gonna be shifting. I'm gonna be breathing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just being in this with me. Thank you for listening. And again, if you need to get in touch with me, mandyland21244@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram at mandyland212. I'm on TikTok at mandyland212. I'm on Facebook at Mandy Dollarhide, I think. Let's see, I'm on YouTube, Mandyland212. So if you want to find me, that's where I'll be. And I put out videos all the time, which is another crazy story. And I never know what I'm going to post. But anyway, you'll always find something either really quirky, weird, or crazy, or incredibly inspiring. And I'm learning that I either inspire people or trigger people. And I don't mean to trigger people. It just is something that happens just by you being you sometimes triggers people because they don't get it. And you might be completely misunderstood. And you might not even mean to do that. I know I don't, but every person's different. Um, but okay, here's my words. I'm gonna land you with these words, okay? Let them marinate, okay? Marinate in these words. All right, here we go. Sacred, you are sacred. Your aura, your energy, your heart, your body, your spirituality, your essence of who you are, your soul. Sacred. Then we have safety. It is for you to feel safe is everything. It's everything, everything, everything. Will you always feel safe? No. But we are going to practice. I'm gonna practice too. Like practice being safe, feeling safe. And that means when crazy chaotic things are going on, you actually have a safe word or you have a safe sentence or you have a safe moment to regulate your nervous system and breathe. Okay? Sacred safety, security for you to feel secure. Um Solidarity, stability, support, and all of that grounded into that. Those are the words that have been replaying over and over and over and over in my brain. And just putting my hands on my body, saying that over myself, repeating it over and over again. And for you as well, I hope you got something out of this podcast. I'm really glad you were here. I'm going to be covering a lot of different things. We're going to dive in. If you have any topics you want me to talk about, you can email me and let me know. I would love to talk about that. I'm like it's open. Like I'm pretty much an open book. Um, and wherever you are, you need to give yourself a hug right now. You know what? Give yourself that hug, hug, hug. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You are beautiful in every single way. Let's dive in. Let's do this. And you are also a creator. So, what the fuck are you creating? Because the world needs what you got. So, I leave you there. And I can't wait to see you next time. And yeah, namaste. I love yoga too. So namaste means I support and love and honor the divine being that you are, as I love, honor, support, and care for the divine being that I am. And I'll leave you with that. See you next time. Bye. Life in Mandyland says, see you later, alligator. And stop.